Because I sucked my thumb till I was old. I mean, not like till I was 20, but you know,
yeah.
till the point where my parents were like, please stop doing that. But they didn't tell me that it would be like, I don't know, like you'll suck it right off or something.
Right. What? You broke up there for a
No
second.
cop, please shut up. Shut up, I'm trying to say something serious. Hello and welcome to Is This Good? The show where we boldly, conclusively, Today we're back with another all listener submitted mailbag episode. There's no guest on, so I could just be as kooky as I want. Imagine JD if we had a guest on.
Oh.
And that's how I started the show.
You'd throw them off. They wouldn't know what to do with themselves. It would be crazy.
They say if this guy can't take it seriously, why should I take it seriously?
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Well, what did I say the thing about the mailbag?
You did. You said
Okay,
it was a
good.
mailbag only episode. So it's just you, me, the person we haven't met yet over there, and the P-hounds.
Woo! Wait, what?
And the free hounds.
And the free hounds and the pre-hounds.
And the pre-hounds.
Welcome,
well,
everybody.
you've just introduced yourself, so I don't need you to introduce you.
Nah.
I mean, I guess my cool phrase that I've written down is, joining me on this trip to the post office, it's Jason and Rachel Doyle.
Hello.
Are you ready to dive right in?
Let's
Or
do it.
do you want to reach your hand to the water, splash some of it on your forearm, splash some of it on your thighs? Too bad. We're diving right in.
Cannonball right into this mailbag.
And because this one's actually the rare email we get that's addressed to all three of us. Normally it's just like, Dear Matt or Dear whoever's reading this. I'm reading it. I'm the one that's reading it. But this one, Dear Mattio, JD, and Rachel, on a recent episode of The Great Beyond, Matt spoke about a trick to get rid of hiccups. I'm here to inform you of a better, near foolproof method. According to the hiccup theory, hiccups are an evolutionary remnant of gill ventilation in fish. Because of this, if you sternly say to yourself out loud, I am not a fish, the hiccups suddenly subside. I have tested this many times and it has yet to fail me. You'll have to let me know if you find similar success and if this trick is in fact good. Are there any old wives' tales you believe or any homespun remedies you swear by? Love the pod and all you do. Cheers, Frank. So just to say, I did Google this, JD.
Yeah.
Now, is it quote-unquote true? I don't know, but there was an article in Wired magazine, which is a real magazine, talking about this evolutionary remnant of gill ventilation in fish.
Okay.
And can I explain it any more than that? No, but just know that it's the gills pulsating back and forth. Those are your hiccups.
Right.
So they say.
Yeah.
So I will try this next time I have hiccups, and I'll report back.
Same.
In the meantime, where are you on old wives' tales? Are there any you believe in?
Well, not really, I guess. I do, knock on wood.
Then you're not talking to the right old wives.
I know. Well, I do knock on wood or touch wood often. Like, for somebody who's not superstitious. I guess
Yeah.
I really am superstitious because I definitely will knock on wood if a subject broaches, the macabre, or the, if it's like, well, hopefully we don't die in a car accident. The macabre.
Hey, you know what my favorite bird is? The macabre.
Well, how do you say it? The macabre? Macabre?
The macabre.
Macabre. Fuck.
Yeah, no, you
I
said
don't
it
know.
fine.
You said it right.
Fine. Just let me make fun of you sometimes.
Okay, that's fine. Make fun of me. I don't care.
Yeah, you don't care.
Yeah, fuck it. Yeah, so, I'll touch wood. If I spill salt, I'll definitely throw it over my left shoulder. I have to. Like, otherwise my mother would, something bad might happen to her or my whole family or something,
You never put shoes on the table.
Never.
You'll never pull a dog's tail.
Yeah, I actually believed that a dog's eyes would pop out if I pulled a tail way too late in life, Like, it's still sort of with me because my mother told me that. Only because she didn't want me to pull the dog's tail, right? She said, don't pull the dog's tail. I'm 4. Her eyes will pop out. I'll be like, what? Okay. Done. I don't need to see that.
I guess then you didn't pick your nose because your mother would told you it would cave in.
Oh, no, I never got that one.
Oh, you never got that one? Did you get, if you cross your eyes, they'll stay that way?
Yes, yeah. Mm-hmm. If you swallow gum, it'll be in your digestive system for 7 years.
That one I believed, because I did. I think I've said this before. I went through a period where I started swallowing my gum. I don't know why. The trash was too far.
Yeah.
Which I guess is better than sometimes what I do, which is throw it on the street.
Yeah, yeah.
Just kidding. I never do that.
No, don't ever do that.
No. I wait till I find a manhole.
Yeah. So I
like the way you said that. Manhole.
A hole where men go in. A homespun remedy. I do believe this. I stand by this. Guinness is good for you. It's got iron. It's got B12. It's supposed to help with menopausal women. It's supposed to help mitigate the symptoms of menopause.
You mean drinking alcohol helps mitigate the hormonal fluctuation?
Well, I mean, that's just an extra added bonus. But it does have a downside. It is high in calories. I have read that it can lower your cholesterol. So, yeah, Guinness, good for you. I believe it. Don't try to dissuade me.
Rachel, I just read a book about, this is actually not a joke. I just read the new Miranda July book, All Fours. It's about perimenopause, so if you'd like me to explain anything.
Are you fucking kidding me?
Well, do you want to know anything about it or not?
You read a book about perimenopause.
Well, it's a novel, but the main character is experiencing perimenopause.
What is happening?
And if you'd like me to explain anything to you...
Why would that be so wrong?
It's just weird you would search
that
out
would
something...
be weird.
That would be very weird. Search out something that would never happen to you. Yeah, I would
I
love
really wanted to get that joke from Mrs. Doubtfire where he says, first day of being a woman and I already have hot flashes. I was like, I really want to dig deeper into that so I understand Robin Williams a little more.
Yeah, let's connect. I need some education because it's not pleasant.
Yeah, while your estrogen's dropping. That's the problem.
Yeah, I know. I thought you might help me out with something more than
the man's
Guinness.
testosterone, it goes up, then it stays plateaued. It comes down a bit, but it continues along a relatively straight line throughout most of our lives.
Really?
Estrogen, however, yes. See, you do like being mansplained too. Why won't you just admit it?
Oh, lick my ass. No. I thought that you guys had a dip too, because I've known men that go on testosterone and it makes a huge difference for them.
Yes, there is a dip. Does it make them more aggressive though?
I think maybe it makes them hornier.
Well, I know. I assume why they're doing it. No one's going to the doctor and being like, inject me with testosterone so I can become meaner to my family.
Yeah.
No, but it's also because your hair will be thicker, your muscles will stay larger. And there's many more reasons besides getting your boner on for the testosterone. Yeah, but
that's the people that
I'm sure
that's the main reason.
Well, that's true. It's the gay man.
It's the ones that frequent bathhouses.
That is
in their late 50s.
That's important.
We could all use some testosterone.
Some manholes.
Sure,
yes.
Sure.
But anyways, from what I understand from this book, which again is a work of pure fiction, so I don't know scientifically, but she goes to see some doctors in it, not a spoiler, and what they do say is the estrogen sort of falls off a cliff, whereas the man's testosterone does dip.
There's another fucking thing that's not fair. What the fuck?
I know.
What the fuck?
That's what this book's about. It's about how it's not fair.
So it's just
and what you might do if you were faced with a life that was not fair.
I think everybody has a little taste of that.
Okay, well, whatever, fine. You don't have to read the book.
No, I should.
I know more about perimenopause than you. Just admit it.
Text me the name because I'll forget it in 5 minutes because of perimenopause.
Okay. Well, back to the question. Old wives' tales.
Okay, I'm going to tell you some. Well, it's not an old wives' tale. I think it was the same manipulation your mother did about the dog. When I grew up, when I was little, I guess this was a problem for me. I would wipe my nose like this.
Okay, so if you're just listening, she's moving her palm from sort of her chin upwards past her nose.
And my mother...
And hold on, into your hair? Like...
Well, that's what I guess.
Fucking something about Mary the whole time.
And one time I went to the doctor. I think my mother asked him to lie to me. And he's like, yeah, if you keep doing that, you're going to look like Miss Piggy. And so I stopped doing it. And then one of my fucking asshole cousins started calling me Miss Piggy. I'm like, I fucking stopped doing that. That should not have happened. Traumatizing, really? Fucking
Unfortunately, screaming that nickname is no longer relevant doesn't tend to stop a bully.
No. Hey. Anyway, I don't know. Is that something you should do to your children? Lie so they stop a behavior?
It's interesting because I mean the ones we've mentioned, don't pick your nose, it'll cave in, pulling the dog's tail, wiping your nose like that is all, I guess, anti-social behavior that your parents are trying to talk you out of. But I'm trying to think, because I sucked my thumb till I was old. I mean, not like till I was 20, but you know, till the point where my parents were like, please stop doing that. And but they didn't tell me that it would be like, I don't know, like you'll suck it right off or something.
Right. What? You broke up there for a
No
second.
cop, please shut up. Shut up. I'm trying to say something serious. They said, one day that's a skill people will applaud you for.
No.
But today we'd like you to stop it.
I have a couple of older gentlemen who would like to meet you there. I've been taking tea.
Well, okay, so if you did it for a long time, you have beautiful teeth. It certainly didn't affect your teeth.
Well, I had braces. I
you
had some complex orthodontistry.
Oh, maybe you did.
Well, hold on. Is that a wives' tale that it messes up your teeth?
I don't think so. My cousin had some pretty fucked up teeth, and she sucked her thumb for a very long time. And it looked...
So just because literally putting your thumb in there pushes the teeth forward?
I think it changes the shape of the palate, too. But again, I'm just throwing shit out there.
But that's what sort of the point is, like, if you tell me that, I'll believe you.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But also, why then wouldn't it be true that your nose would cave in? Well, that's a stupid one. But I don't know. Like, let's say you cross your eyes for a long period of time. Maybe they do stay there.
What?
I
Or
think
even,
that's possible.
You would
Like,
train
I
the
don't think.
muscles.
No, it's not. It's not because I looked it up, and even this idea of like. Your mom walks by the room and she sees you fucking watching TV for the 8th hour that day. She's like, you're going to go blind if you do that, or eyes are going to get weak.
And
apparently that's not even true.
We used to say to the boys, your eyes are going to turn to squares if you keep watching TV. But I mean, I know we knew they wouldn't believe us.
You said that.
It's so ridiculous.
That's not even a thing. Like, if my mother said that to me, I'd be like, wow, cool. And like, I'd sit closer and open my eyes like...
I'd say, show me a picture of one single human that has square eyes. Surely someone has watched too much TV. Oh, I get. But then even now, when I read before bed and the light's really dim, because I'm transitioning into sleep, sometimes I'm like, oh, the light's too dim. I'm hurting my eyes by staring at them. But I don't think you are.
Yeah,
they're very resilient. These peepers.
Yeah, my dad used to tell me that if reading in the dark ruined your eyes.
Well, you have terrible vision. Okay. You did.
All right. Well, I wasn't reading in the dark. I'll tell you that.
Okay. All right.
It was all the
Harry
whacking
Palm?
off that made me.
I was going to say, did they tell you you'd get hairy palms?
You go blind, son, if you keep spanking that.
I've heard the hairy palms thing, but my parents never said anything about that.
Is that a thing that people say if you masturbate you'll go blind?
Yes.
Yep. Oh yeah. That's definitely something.
I don't understand that. Like, it takes the jelly out of your eyeballs. It needs.
Probably.
I'm just trying to think what other things that kids do are annoying that we could just make up a horrible lie about what would happen to them. Why can't we come up with this, like, if you keep bullying someone, you're going to become a maladapted, horrible person that no one likes later in life, and you'll end up alone at home.
I think that happens. That's why you're bullying.
Right. And the cycle repeats.
Right.
Hey, if you're a bully right now, hey, let's work on breaking the cycle. Okay, let's do it. We can do it. When my cats are healthy, they're happy, and that makes me happy. But since I'm not a mind reader, I don't always know when they're unwell. Helping me keep tabs on my cat's health is just one reason I use Pretty Litter. Pretty Litter's ultra-absorbent crystals trap odor instantly. No more cat bathroom smell, which, if we're being honest, for such cute little things, is one of the worst smells you can smell.
The worst.
Try to think of a worse smell.
I can't.
That's where Pretty Litter comes in, because you don't smell it anymore because it's ultra absorbent. I am now the owner of Pretty Litter. Again, not the company, the litter. And here's what I can tell you. They deliver it to your door, which everyone knows how heavy litter is.
Yeah.
They deliver it to your door. You carry it from the doorstep to your litter box. That's like 3 feet. Much better than going out to any other store and buying it. And you put this litter in, the first thing you're going to notice, those we talked about forced perspective pictures on the show a while ago, and you know how often they're in that white sand sort of desert.
Yeah.
So it's just a clear horizon line, and then you can make it look like someone's standing on the palm of your hand. That's what pretty litter looks like.
Wow.
Sometimes I think about all the cool forced perspective pictures I could take using the pretty litter.
I mean, you should try it.
Make someone look like they're standing on my shoulder.
Yeah. Why not?
Why not?
Why not?
Here's the coolest thing about Pretty Litter.
Go on.
It changes colors to help monitor early signs of potential illness in my cats, including urinary tract infections and kidney issues, which, first of all, has both happened to my cats. And if you have one, you know what a comfort it is to have them healthy, and UTIs are a big deal, and this tells you right away if your cat has it, because I'm not a mind reader, and I'm guessing you're not a mind reader. Are you a mind reader, JD?
I am not a mind reader, and cats can't talk. I don't know if you knew that.
Every day, I look at my cat being like, today's the day, isn't it? Today's the day that she tells me she loves me, but she never does.
Or I have a burning sensation when I pee. Father.
She doesn't consider me a father. She considers me a brother,
Uncle.
I would say.
Uncle Matt.
An uncle. But unfortunately, she can't talk to tell me she loves me or to tell me she has a UTI. So Pretty Litter is an amazing comfort. It tells you right away. And if you order now, it comes with a free cat toy. And cats love cat toys.
Oh, they sure do.
And they don't need to talk for me to know that she loves the cat toy. I could tell by the smile on her face and her reaction when she jumps up on her little paws and goes, tries to grab that thing. She'll never get it. She'll never get it, JD. Pretty Litter's super light crystal base also minimizes mess and dust. Plus, the crystals last up to a month, which means less scooping and fewer trips to the garbage can. Pretty Litter helps keep tabs on my cat's health and keeps odors down. You and your cat are gonna love Pretty Litter as much as we do. Go to prettylitter.com/good and use code GOOD to save 20% on your first order and get a free cat toy. That's prettylitter.com/good, code GOOD to save 20% and get a free cat toy. prettylitter.com/good, code GOOD. Terms and conditions apply. See site for details. All right, so I guess I kind of thought I don't really believe in a lot of old wives' tales, because the one that jumped out to me first was people that hold their breaths when they drive past a cemetery. I feel like I knew a lot of kids that did that, and I still don't know. I've heard people say we're trying to make the ghosts not jealous that we're breathing.
Oh. I thought it was like you could suck in a.
That's what I thought too.
Suck off another ghost. You're inadvertently giving a ghost a blowjob.
Suck it right off.
Yeah, you don't want to breathe in a spirit.
That's right. Yeah,
exactly.
That's it.
Right. Because that's where the ghosts are.
Yeah.
They rise out of their little grave and then they just wait there, waiting to be breathed in.
That's right. They stand in the middle of the road, waiting to possess children.
Well, that makes sense. Why they're such
dare
little
you to hit me.
demons.
Speaking of ghosts, I'm looking at my shot here in the monitor, and I look like I'm on fire.
Huh.
Like,
But a ghost
I need
wouldn't be
to-
on. Ghost would be
You're too
pale.
far
really,
away.
when you
I
think
look
about it.
pale. That's what I'm saying. Like, I look like I'm sitting on the sun, or I'm being interrogated. Oh, there's nothing we can do now.
Well, I can't see any problems with your skin.
Yeah, exactly. Maybe I'll always have the iris this hot. Fuck, I look
Anyways, I say, okay, in answer to the question, I'm going to say don't go outside with wet hair. I know that's an old wives' tale, but I was told that my whole life. I grew up in a very cold climate, Montreal. Of course, we'd get out of the shower, we'd leave the house, mom yelling behind us. And I don't think that's true, but it feels true because more people get sick in the winter, maybe.
Yes, if you are cold and your immune system will go down and it can't fight the viruses that are out there. And so your body's like...
Okay, that might be true.
I don't believe that.
Well...
I don't.
It's
Okay, well,
fucking
there's
true.
no way to find out. And as for homespun remedies, I'm going to stay with the sickness. Chicken soup can cure a cold.
Yep.
Probably not true, but what else are you going to do when you have a cold?
Makes
Nothing
you feel
cures
good.
it.
And ginger ale as well, like just pure medicine.
Yes,
going
I
down.
wrote that down too for
Yeah.
stomach, tummy troubles. Well, for me, ginger, like raw ginger, but in a pinch, ginger ale.
I think the heat of the soup on the back of your throat where all those lymph nodes are probably bring extra blood to the area, get those lymph nodes working overtime, make those little fighter guys go.
Rachel's justifying everything. That's
I believe everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, no, I mean, but it's good. You're trying to put some science to it. A homespun remedy that I think probably works. Sorry, I'm never gonna do it. The Neti Pot. I read one story about someone got a parasite in their brain from the water.
Really?
This is true. Oh, it happens. I don't want to say frequently, but it absolutely happens.
What do you mean from
you
the
have
water?
to use
Like,
because people use tap water.
yeah.
So you fill up the Neti Pot with tap water, which you're not supposed to do. You're at the very least supposed to boil it and then fucking wait for it to cool down, idiots. But what you're really supposed to do is buy distilled water. Distilled water is, I think, boiled water, and then they capture the vapor, and then the vapor reforms into water, and that's distilled water. But still, I'm like, do I trust Poland Springs?
You shouldn't. You definitely
No,
shouldn't.
I don't.
Yeah.
If anything, I would buy distilled water, then I would boil it. Then I would be paranoid that by the time it cools down, all the bacteria in my house fell in the water.
I just take a fucking decongestant. I'm lazy.
There you go.
I'm lazy.
All right, next one. Hi, guys. Lately, I've been going to a local dive bar solo. Inevitably, someone will approach, most often other depressed drunks like myself, and ask, "What do you do for a living?" I hate talking about my job when I'm off the clock, so I usually just lie. The problem is sometimes they have questions about the fake job I make up. So what's the best lie about what you do for a living such that it yields no follow-up questions? That's Danny in Southern California. Oh, Danny, California. We got a Red Hot Chili Pepper song right here in our midst. Danny, California. Could it be as simple as, hey, man, I'm off the clock and I'm out for a drink. I don't want to talk about work. Is that cool? Could it be as simple as that?
You could say, I work in a bathhouse. That's the end of the conversation.
No, it isn't the end of the
No,
That's
it
the
isn't,
beginning
Rachel.
of
And
the
just
conversation.
stop fucking. Why are you steering everything there?
Yeah. What's
It's
happening
like the
over here?
seventh bathhouse reference since the show started.
She's
You
grooming
started-
us.
You started this.
No, I
Started
didn't.
this with whacking it all the way off. Remember that?
No, it's sucking it
Well,
off.
really, I started by saying manhole.
Yeah.
But that's my mistake. I should not. I've known.
Don't put any carrots
You
out there
gotta-
for me, Matt.
Yeah, you gotta watch your step.
Okay, so here's the problem, or here's at least the thought experiment I was doing is. Obviously, I guess we all know you can't say you have a cool job because that will elicit many follow-up questions. Like, let's say you said,
Okay, but hold on. This guy has a cool job, right? Like, he may not
Well, you know
like
what?
it, but he must
I
have
replied
a
to
cool...
him. I said, "What's your job?" He didn't reply.
Yeah, he doesn't
he
like
hates talking
talking
about
about
his
his job.
He doesn't like it. I was like, "Oh, that's so embarrassing for me."
Okay, cool.
Blocked.
I really struggled to come up with a job that was so boring that I wouldn't even ask a single question. Like, just out of politeness, I would ask a question, no matter what. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like,
Right.
oh, you're an accountant who does taxes for, like the most boring company in the world? Cool. Like, I guess tax season is crazy for it. I don't know. Like, it's
Must
called
get
making
real busy
conversation.
around March, huh?
Well, if you just
I bet you never gone on vacation in April, huh? Okay, well, so fine. You can't say a good job.
No.
I build roller coasters, for instance. That's going to be a lot of questions. But and then I was thinking, like, do you want to go like something really kind of, to use your words, JD, macabre? Like, do you want to say, for instance, like, I'm a grave digger?
Right.
Because, like, you figure you're at a bar, no one wants to talk about death or dying.
That's
But
insane.
no,
That's insane.
That would elicit a lot of questions,
Of course. Of course. Yeah.
right? Like, you would be like, you ever dig him back up?
I mean, that would be later on in the evening when I was running out of questions, I'm sure. But
I mean,
yeah.
if you act creepy enough, people will just leave you alone. Like, is it just that he doesn't want any questions, or he doesn't want any job?
It's not that he wants to socialize. He
Yeah,
wants to come up
he
with.
yearns for connection.
He just wants to say a job and no questions. I'm not fielding any questions about this job without saying that. simply by saying the job. So
okay, so here's okay. Well, do you want to do yours?
I don't really have one other than a job you used to have. Like,
and what's the thinking there?
I don't know. Well, you're not talking about your current job, but you're talking about a job that you used to do, right? Like,
okay, so I say, what do? You say, I'm a lifeguard at a pool.
Yeah, I have a paper route.
I'm a paper route. You know how many follow-up questions I'd ask you?
I know, right?
I'd be like, are you worried that your job's going to be completely obsolete in 3 to 5 days?
Years ago?
My wagon has lots of miles on it.
Did you ever play the Nintendo game Paperboy? Did you ever try to hit specific things? Did you ever knock out someone's window?
Yeah. What paper? I mean, that's the first one that comes to mind, but there are adults that have paper routes out there right now. I mean,
sure.
We used to get the Times delivered to the door, and it was a guy in a car.
Yeah,
Anyway.
there were adults that used to deliver the phone book. They don't do that anymore.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
They were jacked. They were America's strongest people.
No, they only worked once a year, though.
Hey, you know what? That's in the time of phone books. There was no Tough Mudder.
Yeah,
There was no CrossFit Games. We didn't need it.
we didn't.
We're just stack a yellow on top of a white and
Yeah,
curl those.
yeah.
Okay, so here's my thinking.
Okay.
Again, can't be too cool a job, but also can't be too weird a job. It's got to be plausible. You can't completely make it up. Mm-hmm. Another stipulation, it's got to be B2B. In other words, business to business, not B2C. If you do anything that results in a consumer product being produced, that will elicit questions. No one cares about a product that one business makes and sells it to another business. Mm-hmm. So I've come up with, this is very plausible. A lot of people do this. More and more people do this. What do you do? I'm a coder for a company that makes software for the nursing industry or something, you know what I'm saying? Something like that. Because then when they say like, let's say, we make software for doctors, and they're like, oh, doctors, do you think that this mole might be cancerous? You go, I don't know. I've never been to med school. I don't know anything about medicine. I just make the software.
Right.
So for whatever you're saying you make the software for, if they have a question about that industry, you don't know, because you just program the software. And what is anyone going to ask you about? Like, what Python, C++?
Well, if it's another software engineer, there could be lots of questions. So he doesn't want to make any long-lasting friends. He just wants, drive-by acquaintances, right? Because how you change your story after you go, I kind of like
another
this dude.
Programmer want to talk to another programmer? Like what? Like it's easy to get around. Like just go like, do you like it? Yeah. When they leave us alone, the other guys are going, oh, I hear that. Your project manager's always hitting me up on Slack.
That's not how it would go. The other guy would be like, he would go, oh, what are you on, the Python X57 or whatever? And you're like, yes, that one. And then he was like, this guy's fucking lying about being my shitty job, which is ridiculous.
Just say, I don't want to talk about work. It's after 5,
okay,
bro.
fine. But if you put me in the situation where the man next to me at the bar does the same exact job that I make up, then yeah. But how many times is that going to happen?
I mean, in a dive bar,
people aren't coders aren't going to dive bar.
Are you in Silicon Valley?
Well, this person sounds like they're in Southern California, right?
No, that was the last guy. I don't know what this person is. Oh, no, this is Danny, California.
Yeah, Danny, California.
You're right.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, it's a conundrum. I really struggled with this one.
Well, I when I was going to bars a lot alone, it was during the pandemic, and I didn't have a job. So then, like, someone would be like, "Oh, what do you do for work?" And I'd just be like, "Pandemic." Yeah. And because they were also living through the pandemic, boom, you didn't even need to get to the job. You had something in common. You could talk about the pandemic.
Right.
That was the easiest way to do it.
Yeah.
And then if it really got to it, my last job at Turner, very easy to explain. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but that would get a lot of questions.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I wasn't like this guy. I was going to the bar to socialize. I was living alone. I was living a life of despair.
Yeah, fair enough. But yeah, it's tricky.
It's
Just
tricky.
talk
So
about
now,
your job.
Or
Who
just
cares?
say, I don't want to talk about work. You got any animals? You got any pets? Change the
Oh.
subject.
Yeah,
Or say,
just
hey,
change
what
the
do you do?
subject.
Oh, I know what you say. You say I work for the NSA or something like that, and it's all classified, so I cannot talk about any of
CIA.
it.
Where do you work?
At the Pentagon. That's all I can tell you, though. That's it.
Hey, I know you can't tell me anything like about secret that goes on there. Is it true they have 9 Starbuckses in the Pentagon?
I don't go to Starbucks. Next question.
Next
Is it
question.
true there's a full
right,
mall? Did you know Linda Tripp? Isn't that where she had her meeting with Monica Lewinsky? Were you there on the day that the plane flew into it?
Is
Did
that
the plane
true?
really fly into it?
I can't say
Yeah, I think
it's
that is true.
classified. It's all classified.
You can't say it. You can't say if a plane flew into the building you
To be
worked. I
honest,
saw the picture.
Well, that's good. Then you already know the answer. I'm afraid I can't say any more than what you already know.
How many sides are there
Oh my God.
5.
Somebody
in the
killed me now.
Pentagon?
There's
5? Yeah, okay, that checks out. Penta, okay. Checks out.
Yeah, you're right.
all
You're right. What your point is well taken. There's a lot of questions you can ask. I don't know. How about
Also,
this?
Yeah.
Just don't go to dive bars. Just I don't know.
No, go to dive bars. You program. You're a programmer. You code for software that you sell to other businesses.
Just divert the question back to them. Give them one answer and say, how about you? Everybody wants to fucking talk about themselves. It's so easy to not sit in silence. When you ask someone, they just want to talk about themselves. So easy.
Yeah, okay. So divert. Just go to something else like this. Housekeeping. If you'd like to support the show and get exclusive content, go to patreon.com/isthisgood. Please send topics for future shows to isthisgoodpod@gmail.com. And hey, those emails could be, you could be like Danny California. You could be in this show. So
Yeah.
send me emails, isthisgoodpod@gmail.com. Don't forget to subscribe on YouTube. Next question. Esteemed podcast hosts, I recently intended to purchase 2 loofahs from Amazon, but I saw something called a dry brush at the top of my search results and thought it was some kind of newfangled eco-friendly loofah. I bit only to be disappointed that my purchase was intended to be used on my dry body to promote lymphatic something or other. Maybe lymphatic drainage, that's my guess. Okay. It was really unpleasant, and I don't recommend it. Since I bought 2, one for me and one for my wife, I wanted to return the unused one and get a refund. As I walked into the Amazon returns to send it back, I pulled up my phone to initiate the return and was surprised to see they didn't require me to return the brush at all. The $6 was not worth their trouble. As I strolled back to the car, I realized something. I now had 2 brushes, one used, one refunded. So I decided to request a refund for the second brush as well. This time they asked me to send it back, so I sent back that brush, and I received another $6 into my account. My wife insists that what I did was stealing since I'm effectively $6 up. I disagree, and I think this is on Amazon for having a hole in their process. Did I really cross an ethical boundary? Thanks. That's from Vivek from Bainbridge. He says it's the origin of pickleball.
Ooh.
Is that true? Bainbridge what? What country?
It's Seattle, right?
it
Seattle's
Seattle?
where it was. I thought it was created in Seattle, but I don't know.
Okay. Well,
Ah.
we don't know. That could be an old wives' tale.
So the question is,
Yeah, did he
is
cross an ethical line here?
No, I don't think so.
No, absolutely not.
He hated both products. Sorry.
Yeah,
he
but
hated
he's
the product.
actually made money. I mean, depends how you want to look at it. He still has the product. He has one of the 2 products.
Yeah, but he's not using the product. He doesn't like
Yeah.
it.
Okay, well then let
And
me give you
also-
one that happened to me.
Okay, sorry.
I bought socks from Bombas. And I'm giving you a hack out there, everyone. I bought socks from Bombas, and I was like, yeah, these are fine. They're good.
Yeah.
Because they were the short, super short socks. I had the long ones from Bombas that I already knew I liked. So I'm like, I'll try their shorties. I was like, these are fine. But I'll probably just buy from somewhere else. So I initiate the return, and they're like, just keep them.
What are you talking
And
about?
I wear them all the time. So now I basically got free socks.
So we're talking no-shows, or are we talking just shorties?
Yeah, these are no-shows.
Okay.
Huh? So you wear
But they
them.
always show up for me, if you know what I'm saying.
Oh, now you love them because they're free. They just feel better because they were free.
No, I mean, I'm just saying, like, I don't feel bad about it.
No.
Even though when you buy socks from Bombas, they say they donate to a person in need. So I do feel a little bad about it. But
Well, so
I mean,
hold
the
on.
business-
Wait. So you wanted to return them, and so you
Yeah.
said, What, you said you called up Mr. Bombas and said, you know what, sir, I don't like these socks. I'm sending them back. And he said, keep them.
Keep them, and here's your money back.
But why would you return it? Why wouldn't you just put them in an envelope and send them back?
He doesn't want them.
Yeah, they're so cheap to
How did you
make
know,
that it's
though?
not worth the shipping for them.
How did I?
So
No,
don't
I
feel
said
bad.
I said I'd like to return these socks.
To who? Like, how does this work?
How do you return? Have you ever returned anything online? Who am I talking to?
No, it's too much trouble.
Did you just get unfrozen?
Yeah, pretty much.
What do you do? What do you do when you buy something online and you need to return it?
We're very bad with money, Matt. Nothing.
Oh, so you're one of those people that, and
I've returned stuff for sure, but
okay, no, but a lot of people I know will buy something online, like a T-shirt. It doesn't quite fit them, and they're like, and then just throw it into their closet.
Yeah.
Or give it away to someone. They don't return it.
Most of the time, that's what I do.
Oh, see, I'm a big returner.
Good. It's smart to do that.
So you fill out you go through their process, and they're like, just
fill it out. I mean, you put in your order number, and then it's like, are these the socks?
Yeah.
Check yes.
Yeah.
Do you want to return them? Check yes.
Yeah.
And then it says, hey, here's your refund. You don't need to return them.
Yeah.
Keep them.
Yeah, because we know you've been wearing them around for a day, and we can't sell these things. We don't want your stinky socks.
Well, that's probably part of it. But I guess my question would be, do you think it's too easy to return things in this country? Because those costs are getting passed back to you in the end.
Yeah.
But I think if they're not taking them back, they're so cheap to make, it's not worth it. So they're doing okay. They're doing okay. Them donating to the homeless, giving them their socks, that's great. But don't feel too bad because it's probably costing them nothing to mass produce.
Plus
these.
the shipping, right? Like, plus they're paying for the shipping to send them back.
Yeah.
Like, Jill just bought a dress, and it's for an upcoming wedding we have, not ours.
Yeah.
And she's like, I don't quite love it when it came. So she goes to return it, and they're like, and she knew when she bought it that it was like returns, like you can return it, but you pay to ship it back.
Right.
So she's like, all right, fine, whatever. Worth it to try it on. She gets there, and she's like, oh shit, I have to return this to Australia. She found it on Instagram. It was an Australian company. And they're like, that's $75 to send this dress back. So she's like, well, I now have to keep it because it's not worth that much to send it back.
Yeah.
And then I was like, $75? This dress weighs like an ounce. How could it be? And then it turned out she was at UPS, I was like, just go to USPS. Anyways, that's not the point. She returned the dress, and it was still expensive, but not that expensive.
Okay.
But I do wonder, because when we grew up in Canada, my mother would, when we would like cross the border to Plattsburgh or Burlington, we would go shopping back when the Canadian dollar was stronger in the 90s, early 90s, and what she would always be like, oh, I can buy this because they'll take this back like 3 months later. Whereas in Canada, they'd be like, what do you use that? What are you talking about returning it?
Yeah.
Yep. I'm just wondering if it's too easy to return that.
Yeah, I think it is. I think it is.
All right. Keep everything you buy. Doesn't be sustainable. Keep everything you buy.
Well, the socks that you weren't too crazy about, you're wearing them every day. You're wearing them right now, aren't you?
You betcha. Hi guys. Living in LA, I had roommates when I first moved here, as do a lot of people. I was able to get a giant, nice dining table with leather-bound chairs for free. I moved out and I didn't have room for it, so I left the table and chairs for my roommates. Fast forward, I'm moving into a new, bigger place now where the table and chairs would fit perfectly, and I really want to use them. It's been over 4 years, and I'm still in touch with my old roommates. Has it been too long to ask for them back? And no, when I left, we never discussed that I may potentially want the tables and chairs back. That's from Shoe Fury. Yeah, no, you ain't getting these back. I mean...
What? Come on. Really?
Why do you think... You would ask for them back?
Is he close friends with these people? Because they are lucky to have it for 4 years. He could just go, hey, I want to grab those now. Is that cool if they're still close? They haven't had to buy a table for 4 years.
They're going to tell that story forever. If you move out and 4 years later, you're like, may I take the table and chairs that you eat at every day? And they'd be like, can you believe Rachel asked for the table back? She had just moved out. No, this was 4 years later.
No, but if
it was an expensive table and chairs. No, she got it for free.
No, they're close. If they're close, it doesn't matter. Also he might not want him back because if he's not there seeing how they're treating it, they may be just treating it like shit and it may be garbage now.
No, he wants the table and chairs.
No, I know. I'm saying if it's like there's rips in the leather chairs or it's all scratched up.
JD, talk some sense here. There's no way you would ever ask for this table back.
You just can't do it. It was free. It's been 4 years.
Yeah, but if they're close friends.
It's ridiculous.
He says, it's been over 4 years, but I'm still in touch with my old roommates. He calls them roommates, and the phrase still in touch implies to me that he keeps up with them, but they're not like close friends.
Remember, we held on to stuff for your auntie for a few years, and then they wanted them back, and I'm like, damn, I really like that artwork and that table.
Hey, that reminds me, I gave you stuff. I never asked for it back.
You gave it to us.
Yeah,
well, maybe I want it back now.
Well, if you want it back, you can have it.
You did, but he didn't give it to them. He just left it.
He just left it. He left it. They probably don't even realize they're his. They probably thought it was like the houses.
Right. So.
Yeah, it's part of the house. It's part of the fabric of their home.
Yeah. No.
Yeah.
The only way you could ask for it back is if they all move out and they say, "Hey, you want your table back?" Or you go, "Oh, hey, can I get my table and chairs back?"
What's it gonna hurt to ask?
What's it going to hurt to ask? Embarrassing yourself.
Yeah.
And inconveniencing them.
Yeah, but they didn't have to buy their own table for 4 years because they were mooching off his. Now
People
it's like
think like
they're
that.
not mooching off of it. He left them there. What's Shoe Fury's real name again? I can't remember.
I don't know. He just signed it Shoe Fury.
I know. Well, we met him before. We know him. Anyways, I'm with you, Matt. I don't think
your auntie wanted those things back, and we were like, sure, no problem.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I had a situation where I was my friend Tall Adam, who you know.
Yeah.
He bought a house maybe like 4 years ago, and it's the kind of property where there's 2 small houses that are the same size. They're each 2-bedroom homes.
Okay.
Very, small 2-bedroom homes, and they figured, we can't like afford this unless we buy a place like this and then rent out the other house.
Right.
So that's what they were doing. Then after like 3 years, the tenant moved out. And they were like, you know what? We're doing better financially now, and we have a kid now, which we didn't before, and so much of our family's coming down. Why don't we furnish the other house? And when our family comes down, they can have it, and then otherwise we'll just rent it out short term. Mm-hmm. This happened to coincide with me moving out of my apartment and moving in with Jill. So I had a bunch of shit because Jill had her furniture too, so we had to pare it down.
Right.
So I gave him a bunch of stuff.
Right.
And he was like, oh, hey, like if you ever want this back, let me know. Mm-hmm. There's no way that like 5 years later, I'm going to be like, oh, you remember that bed, the queen size bed I gave you? I'll be taking that.
Yeah, but he didn't give it to them. He just left it there.
I would argue that he burdened them with the furniture.
No, because they needed it.
No, he could have taken it when he moved out, but he left it there and was like, this fucking Shoe Fury. This is typical Shoe Fury.
Agreed.
He's left his
name,
shit here.
Agreed.
They were using it, and they didn't have to buy a table.
Maybe they hated that table.
Then it wouldn't be there anymore.
It's like, now you want it back? Now we're gonna.
If something is in someone's house and they're using it, and it's been 4 years, you can't take it back. Its possession is 9/10 of the law. I went to law school. Still not sure what that means. All right. Dear Rachel, JD, and Matt. Hey, look at this. Another one addressed to all three of us. That's really beautiful. I'll set the scene. You arrive perfectly early for the interview at that one job you've always wanted. You got plenty of time before the interview, so you hit up the men's room in the lobby. All relieved, you smile, wash your hands, and dry them very thoroughly. As you walk out of the bathroom, the manager who's about to interview you appears on the other side of the room. You lock eyes. You see his hand twitching to give you that famously firm handshake. Your hand is completely dry. He saw you coming out of the bathroom. His hand is out open, waiting to welcome yours. You shake. It's very firm. His gauge twitches for a millisecond to your achingly dry hand before it shoots back to your eyes. Did this guy not wash his hand? Do you see him thinking? Did he just drop anchor and smear filth on me? Oh. Needless to say, the manager was rubbing his hands with disinfectant the whole interview, and you did not get the job. Here's my question. What is the level of dryness your hand needs to be when you're at a social event and people know you've just used the bathroom? Is wetness the way to go? It feels disgusting to shake someone's wet hand, but at least then you know it's clean. Please help me out here. Love the show. Really love you guys. Paul. I only put this in here because I'm so confused at what I always thought that the quote-unquote bad thing that could happen is you go to the bathroom, you wash your hands.
Yeah.
They're a little bit moist from the water.
Yeah.
And then you shake someone's hand and they go, "Oh, why don't you just piss on yourself?"
Yeah.
Isn't that this guy? Now this guy's inserting a new fear into my head that my hands are going to be too dry.
No.
A dry hand is my dream.
It's the guy. It is the fantasy, the dream. Like I fucking wish my hand was dry. Fucking 24 hours a day. My nightmare is shaking hands with people because most of the time I'm especially before a job interview.
Baby.
Sorry, fuck. I'm like dripping with sweat. So if I have a dry hand, even if I'm coming out of the restroom, that's not why you didn't get hired.
Yeah, obviously.
I mean, come on.
Well,
you would get hired for having a dry hand.
Yeah. It's like,
if I was interviewing someone and they had a perfectly dry hand,
so
I'd be
calm,
like, God,
so
this
cool.
guy's confident.
Yeah, but who's the weirdo using disinfectant on their hand the entire interview?
Yeah,
I mean, that's kind
Well,
of
perhaps
weird.
he's hyperbolizing.
Well, yeah. But also, I don't know. If somebody was like looking at you strange, I would immediately be like, "Don't worry, wash my hands," because I'm
But why
gross.
would you worry if you shook someone's dry hand? Why would your assumption be that they didn't wash their hands?
Yeah, I don't know.
That's the part I can't figure
Maybe
out
it's
here.
a germaphobe. The boss or the hiring person is a germaphobe.
And then also, Paul, how do you win? Like, if the game is pee, wash my hands, and then go about my day without anyone assuming anything, how do you win? Because you're telling me perfectly dry hand is bad. You're telling me wet hand is piss hand. What's in the middle here?
I know, and it's not piss hand. It's just too soggy from
But also,
washing.
I've never understood that. Like, so what are people thinking? I went to pee, peed on my hands so much that it's dripping, and now I just walk out and I'm
No.
touching people?
No, it's that you've washed your hands and you didn't dry
Try
them.
them.
Yeah.
But then why do we feel the need to say, "Oh, I just washed my hands"?
Well, sorry, they're wet. Maybe you don't want my wet hand in yours. Ew.
Right. So that would be an excuse not to shake someone's hand.
Yeah.
Right.
You would outstretch your arm and I go hold my hands and be like, just washed them.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
Paul,
but
I
that's
don't
a
know what
faux
you're
pas
talking about.
too, because then your potential new boss is like, I don't want to touch you. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, I know what you mean. I think
Complicated.
you just
Or
gotta
overly
keep it.
complicated.
Paul, you're living the dream, baby.
fucking embrace those dry hands. I'm so jealous of you, Paul.
I'm cold. I'm clammy.
Yeah.
You're bone dry.
And I whiff 50% of my handshakes. I whiff. Like, you're getting the enchanté. I've said that before by accident. The dead fish. Like, ugh.
Yeah.
I'm like, and then half the time I'm like going in too aggressive. Like, there's no way that I'm gonna whiff this.
Just had my testosterone injection.
And I'm just like, get in there, Grr! Kung Fu grip. And they're like, easy, man.
Jesus.
Easy. Calm down. All right, Paul, you don't have a problem.
No.
You emailed in with a problem. Turns out you don't have one.
Yeah, you're living
All
the
right.
dream.
Next one. Hey, Matt and JD. My girlfriend and I are about to leave for vacation, and it's bothering me that she can pack more items. What do I mean? Well, I'm 6 feet tall and 200 pounds, and she's 5'3" and 100 pounds. Yet we both still have the same weight limit at the airport? I don't think I should be held to the same luggage weight standards as her, yet I'm limited on my attire because of my size. What other fairly trivial rules or standards do you think are unfair? Much love and fantastic pods, James T. First of all, JD, is this something you've ever thought of? Do you think we should go to a tiered system for bag weight? The more you weigh, the more weight you can take on the plane?
How does that's ridiculous logic. You actually are allowed
it makes
more,
sense to me.
You're allowed more weight because of your body. You're on a plane, man. You have to even out the plane, the people on the plane. So your extra 50 pounds that you have on your girlfriend, that's on your body, you're getting that for free, bro. That's free.
Okay, that's interesting. So what if what you're suggesting is an equilibrium? Like everyone can have total 300 pounds, let's just say.
Let's say.
So if you weigh 200 pounds,
you got 100
you could take a
pounds
100-pound bag.
That's right. But actually, he is getting, like I said, 50 extra pounds. His girlfriend is like, fuck, I would be pissed if I was the girlfriend. It's like, I should have 50 pounds extra luggage that I can bring with me.
Right, because she's 100 pounds. In this case, she could take a 200-pound bag.
Exactly. She could take a trunk.
You weigh 300, you're going on with just shoes. That's all.
Yeah.
That's all. And maybe a little towel to sit on.
Okay, but what about the idea that, because this is my fairly trivial thing that is unfair. Mm-hmm. Why does a man's triple XL t-shirt cost the same as an extra small t-shirt when you're using 1/3 the fabric? Or I don't know. That seems like a lot. Yeah, no, I don't know. Maybe a quarter.
I think that's fair.
Yeah. I've put on like triple XL shirts as gags.
Yes.
And the thing is like to my knees. So that's a lot of fabric.
Yeah, no, yes.
So I'm subsidizing so if the t-shirt is $30 for you.
Yeah.
I mean, whatever, you're not triple XL, but like fine, even what are you, LXL?
XL, yeah.
Okay, so even your XL t-shirt is $30. My XS t-shirt is $30.
Yeah.
The cost of the fabric is varying wildly. Your shirt should probably be 40 and mine should be 20, but they can't do that. So I'm subsidizing every piece of... Go count how many t-shirts you own and send me $5 each t-shirt. Because I've been subsidizing your t-shirt habit.
Be kind. If someone who is a triple XL can't afford it, you want him to be naked because you're not willing to pay the extra money for your extra small? That's not fair. That's not nice.
This is communism, Rachel.
Well, whatever works.
I would argue that it's way easier to make a triple XL t-shirt because an extra small, you got to really... It's so much smaller, like, on the sewing machine.
Right.
Right.
You need in the way that like fancy dolls' clothes are very expensive. Yeah. You got to get a magnifying glass.
Exactly. It's like it's so much. It's like on a miniature. Like if you ever see those Instagram videos of people making actual food, but in tiny little frying pans and stuff. Or popcorn.
That's all Matt needs.
Way harder to do
himself.
that. It's way harder to do that. The time, the energy, the focus. Yes, us big people are getting more fabric, but I don't know. I think it takes longer to make a extra small. That's my theory.
So what you're saying is like anyone that's wearing an XL, the maker's like, yeah, this guy's such a slob. No one's gonna care how this fits on him. So they're just like making it like a parachute.
Yeah, but you're like trim, fit, and it's got a.
Yeah, you know what? Stop trying to make me feel good.
You're gonna notice.
I'm paying out the wazoo for other people's clothes, and I'm goddamn tired of it. So wait, I throw the question at you now. Is there any fairly trivial rules or standards you think are unfair?
Yeah, it's a great question. When you were talking there, the women's haircuts being way more expensive than men's haircuts.
Oh, that's a good one.
Is very unfair.
Ooh, I got a good priced haircut recently. First in 3.5 years, actually.
Wow, so they had an availability at Supercuts?
Yeah, she did. That's
exactly what I did.
Oh, damn it. So my joke doesn't make sense.
Oh, Matt, I am so happy, too, because I hate paying for haircuts. It was $20.
You didn't get a haircut, though.
Like,
it's not $20 haircut?
$20.
Matt, she was in and out.
Rachel, go to your single. Go to your single, Rachel.
She doesn't.
I don't know.
We need to. Oh, shit. Okay, fine.
She will in the edit. Though. She's on her single now.
Okay, and
Vamp it.
She's flipping her hair. How many inches did you cut? Because it looks pretty long to me.
It's trimmed up, no split ends. 2 inches. 2 inches, and I tipped $7, so total of $27. She was a little cool with me at first, but at the end she was like, "I'll see you again soon." Like,
what do you mean a little cool with
well, like
you?
we didn't talk at all. I'm like,
That's
I like.
Again the dream.
I like this, and I walked away $27. I'm like, I don't have to wait every 3.5 years because I'm so fucking cheap. I can go more often now for $27.
But did you feel like there were certain things you couldn't say? Like you just giving her the most basic of instructions, like just cut.
I'm really not fussy.
A quarter inch straight around. Because I mean, I guess I'm asking, like, could you go in there and be like, then I want you to layer it, then bangs, then balayage, whatever that is.
I don't know.
You're gonna take what they're giving you for $20.
But I'm okay because I'm not fussy.
Well, I am.
So then let JD cut your hair.
No.
We've
It's
tried
too
this
many
before.
times it's been like, I don't care. I honestly don't care. Please just cut my hair. And then I fuck it up, and then she cares. She actually does care.
Whoa. Was this during pandemic or?
No, this is over the course of our 27 years together or whatever.
Whoa. How many times have you actually cut her hair?
At least 10.
Lincoln has
Really?
once.
Yeah.
Lincoln has once too, and I'm like, why am I doing this to myself? Just go to Supercuts, motherfucker.
Your hair is not a guinea pig upon which experimentation should be performed. Your hair it's the top of you, really.
Mm-hmm.
I'm kind of a tomboy. My dad was kind of a stay-at-home dad, so I don't know. I never got to that point of really taking care of myself in that sort of way.
Okay, join the Patreon so Rachel can go get herself a real haircut.
Please.
Jesus.
I don't know that I would, honestly. I'll spend that money somewhere else.
Well, so how much do you think it would cost you to get your haircut in a salon?
Oh, well, when I did and I did some highlights, it was like $250 or something, highlights and a cut and a blowout. I'm like, fucking $250? No.
And now JD, we go to you. What was yours? $30? $40?
My hair? I go to Barber Jason, so it's not that cheap.
But it's
Well, it's not $250.
It's not
No,
$250.
it's more
It's like
expensive.
$60.
more
with
expensive
tip.
than a barber, but still not in comparison to women's cut.
Yeah,
It's
not fair.
it's ridiculous. Although, I mean, there's a little bit more pressure with women. I feel like not to generalize, but I
No,
wouldn't.
not with me.
I wouldn't. Yeah, but you are not normal.
Speaking of which, Rachel, I thought you were going to say as like a thing that's unfair. How about the fact that women have to pay for tampons for their whole lives? Well, not their whole lives, but you know what I mean. It's an expense we're not taking on.
Yeah, no, it's. Yeah, I mean, yes.
Tampons or pads, however you want to do it.
Well, I mean, if you were bleeding from your penis, I wouldn't be
Oh, boy.
like, oh God, I'm glad. I mean, I wouldn't be like, here, let me help pay for the man. What would you call
because
it? Man period.
The man pawn. No,
Man
that
pawn.
doesn't really roll off the tongue.
I don't know. That I've never thought about. It would be nice if they were like included in healthcare, tampons and that sort of thing, especially for, people that can't afford it, for sure.
Absolutely.
That would be amazing.
Diva
Diva cups are amazing, though.
Why don't we buy everyone a Diva cup?
A lot of people don't like to use it because it's pretty invasive, and you really got to
that's
get
why
up
that's
in
good,
there.
Rachel. That's good because I don't want to be buying too many of them.
We're buying Diva
Well, I'm
cups
just saying
for
we should
everybody?
pay for men should be. If you're a woman and you do use tampons, let's say, that period is probably how many years, Rachel? We would say from, let's say, 13 to.
I'm still going. 47.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, all right.
Okay. Let's call it 50. Can we call it 50 years? 40 something years?
Probably. I mean,
Yeah.
like,
Okay.
Yeah.
That's a lot of money.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Now, and then again, maybe you're not paying for the condoms, and we're burning through those, baby.
Yes, please keep buying condoms. Yes.
Well,
Hey,
condoms
hey, what
are...
are tires? What are tires and what are tires and 365 condoms have in common?
Ooh, it sounds gonna be icky. Go.
They're both a good year.
Wow, that sounds like a very good year.
Here's another one real quick. Razors. Women's razors are way more expensive than men's razors. It's the exact same product.
Okay, I got another one. Printer ink. Printer ink for women, way more expensive than printer ink
It is
for
in
men.
this house. God damn.
Excuse me?
I can print everything.
I do not.
What about glasses?
Are
Like,
they...
let's say you got to wear glasses. Did you
Yeah.
ask to be born with bad eyesight?
Yeah, you're right.
I'm not spending money on glasses. Doesn't seem fair to me.
It's not. Life isn't
I'm just
fair.
a man of the people.
Uh-oh, I did it again.
Okay, well, I think mine is actually going to be, my serious one is, if you check your credit score goes down. I don't fucking understand that.
What?
Also, if you close a credit card, your credit score can go down. Like, so for
Yeah.
being responsible and being like, oh, I don't actually need this credit card anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What are they doing over there?
Yeah.
It's a racket.
It's
an
a racket.
absolute racket.
Not to be confused with Arrakis.
No. It's spice.
I need some Timothy Chalamet soon, for sure.
Okay.
All right. Well, I feel like that was pretty good.
Yeah, me
Do you
too.
feel like do you want to go further, or do you feel like do you feel okay?
I feel great. Well, we got
I mean,
one
this
more?
is about the amount of time that you need to wait in a post office. If you are listening to this mailbag episode while you're mailing something, it just ended at the perfect time.
Wait, is there more though?
I mean, there's more, but I don't know. We're
Give
an
us
hour in.
one more.
All righty
for
then.
the people.
Hi, Matt. Before I start, I'm a hater, and I know it. I have felt a kinship to you ever since the complainted area, but I also recognize that having strong opinions about small, insignificant things can sometimes stray into the realm of rudeness. Perhaps scarred by being forced to watch an episode of Carpool Karaoke in front of my eager coworkers, I absolutely refuse to watch a quote-unquote funny video in front of a person who shares it with me. Instead, I will ask my friends, family, and loved ones to send it to me, and I will watch it later when unencumbered by the weight of social pressure to enjoy it in front of them.
Yeah.
Sure.
My mother and fiance both tell me I'm a jerk. My dad finds it amusing and seems to understand. Is it good to show someone a funny video and have them watch it in front of you? Oh, I see what he's saying. Is it good to show someone a funny video and have them watch it in front of you? That's from Evan. Can we address the first thing here? This guy says he's a hater. He knows it. He feels like kinship to me because he's a hater. I don't know how I feel about that.
Maybe he means complainer.
I mean, I'm a complainer. There's
Yeah.
no question.
Yeah.
He doesn't mean it like negative. He just means it like you like to talk about things that bother you. I don't think he means like hate.
Okay, but I don't want to. I don't.
You're not.
I guess I don't think of myself as a
You're
hater.
not
I think
a
of myself
hater.
as a complainer.
You're not a hater, but when people,
Which is what I'm doing right now.
yeah, but when people met you for the first time, it was through the Basketball Jones, but really, a lot of people were first introduced to you through the drop when we were the starters, and one of your main bits on the show was to complain about something. That was that was a shtick. That was your
Yeah.
You know, and you would get into fights with Lee all the time.
Yeah.
And complain about him and his antics and stuff. So
He doesn't mean hate. You're a wonderful person. Everybody loves
yeah,
you.
I think it's sort of a loving way of saying you're a bit of a curmudgeon sometimes. I get the same thing. People think that I'm not a hater,
No,
but
you're just
See, but I think you're on the money there. I think I'm a complainer and you're a curmudgeon.
Okay.
I think to be accurate.
sure.
it's a good combo.
I prefer cum dragon, but go on.
I think to be a hater, you have to constantly bring people down,
Yes.
right? And I like to see people succeed.
Yeah.
No, no.
As long as they are the pre-approved people that I believe should succeed.
Yes. Yeah, exactly.
Right. See? I'm very positive.
Don't take that personally.
And I don't think they weren't trying to be. Yeah. No.
I used to be a hater.
Oh.
Did you?
I think we all, as a teen, I think teens are haters because they actually develop an identity by defining themselves against the things they hate.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I still have those tendencies, you know, when it comes to culture, like music or art or movies. I still have that tendency to be like, well, however, how I feel about this movie says something about my personality. You know what I mean? Which is not a good way to go through life.
No.
I fight it.
Yeah.
Fight it hard.
Yeah.
But I think it's fair to say I was a hater. But I think you know, most teens are.
Definitely was a
Agreed.
hater. Our generation are just a bunch of haters, really. Like
Gen X is,
Gen X's, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, well, anyways, I think that this problem isn't as novel as Evan thinks it is because he's talking about, someone sees a video on their phone, I'm standing next to you, but did JD watch this? You're like, yeah, send it to me. You're like, no, just watch it now. Which is the same as when when you watch a movie with someone, but that person had already seen the movie. Mm-hmm. Like, let's say it's a horror movie, and then suddenly you notice that they're staring at you, and then you're like, okay, now I know something's gonna jump out at me, or I know this is an important part or something. Just don't look at me.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, yeah, I don't think you're off base here because the people that want to watch you watch it, they just want to connect to you, and they just want affirmation that you found it as funny as they did, more than they want an honest reaction to it.
Yeah.
So just go along with it and pretend.
Yeah.
That'd be my advice.
But also, I mean, if that person is your same kind of crazy, then I think it's easier just to be like, yeah, let's watch this together. But when they're just not that close, it puts them in a very awkward situation. And God, I've had so many times where I've tried to get my mother to watch some of the shit that makes me laugh. And she's like, are you fucking nuts? What is wrong with you? I'm like, I really not doing that ever again.
It's sad, right? When you love something and you show it to someone and they're like, I don't get this.
There's something wrong with
and
you.
they think that you're a sick person, a sick individual.
Well, but honestly, that's why I don't share a lot of things. I mean, I don't share some things with people because I'm like, I love this too much, and I'm not 100% sure if they're gonna like it, and I'd rather not know.
Yeah.
Because then otherwise I'm gonna have to question them. I don't want to do that.
I sent a meme to my friend David, and it was an animal licking another animal's ass for a very extended. I sent it to you too, Jason.
Yeah, I don't know what animal it was.
I don't know what it was. I have no fucking idea. But it wasn't even making contact with the orifice. Okay. But it was like 2 minutes, 3 minutes. It was so long. And he sent back, that's you and me in Mexico next time.
Whoa, baby. How'd you feel about that, JD?
It's the first time hearing of it, but I know I'm fine with it.
It's like typical.
This news is breaking.
Yeah.
It's okay. It's my gay friend.
Listen. As far as watching, memes together, or hey, well, look at this on my phone. I mean, that's how we used to do it, right? Like, not to be an old fart, but I remember somebody showing up with a cassette tape of the Jerky Boys, at the jam space where we were rehearsing, and just like 5 of us just huddled around a boombox, dying laughing, like, or the VHS of the Winnebago Man or whatever. Like, that's how we used to pass shit around, like unedited Winnebago Man. Pretty good documentary on that, by the way. But that's how it was like, it bonded us together. Like, it was just like, this is the fucking most hilarious thing that we have ever heard. Like,
yeah.
So there is a connection there. But I also get, like, I once had my boss hey, watch this, like, and it was on his laptop, and it was a scene from Extras, which I was like, I hadn't seen it yet. I was like, big Ricky Gervais fan, and I was like, I was saving this. I didn't want it, and it was a scene with David Bowie singing, sad little fat
chubby
man,
little fat man.
Yeah, which is out of context in front of my boss. It was just like, yeah, okay, this is cool, I guess, but you spoiled the episode, A, and B, like, should I be laughing at this? Like, it was kind of inappropriate, like.
Right. Yeah.
So it's just like,
it's almost like you need context.
yeah, exactly.
What's gonna get me fired here? If I laugh or don't laugh?
You're so right about that Jerky Boy stuff, and like even still now, like once a year I will, and I think I've made you do this. Listen to the Adam Sandler farting hypnotist sketch.
Fuck.
Oh, that's so
absolutely
funny.
Exactly.
So funny.
A great example.
And I'll just be in the car dying laughing.
Yeah.
It goes on so much longer than it needs to. It's so stupid.
Yeah.
And go listen to that now. That's my final recommendation.
When you find your special kind of crazy and you bond with them, it is something profound.
Okay, but listen, everybody, this is your homework. Go listen to Kevin Nealon, the farting hypnotist, but film yourself and send us the video of you reacting to it, because we want to see if you love it.
That would be amazing.
No, see, I don't. You know how there was a trend like during the Red Wedding in Game of Thrones when everyone would film, like people that knew what was coming that had read the books were filming people.
Oh,
yeah.
That shattered me for months. Ugh.
Having to watch those videos, yeah. No, I agree.
Oh, not that.
All right, well, that's it. Now we've done all the questions.
Okay, we're done.
We've driven this car as far as we can.
Inbox 0.
Inbox is at 0. So send in some more emails, isthisgoodpod@gmail.com, so we can do another mailbag episode next month, because I think they're fun, and it gives us a chance to work things into the show that I can't ordinarily do. Can't ask strangers these questions.
No, absolutely not.
Hi, stranger. What are you pissing on your hand? All right, check us out, patreon.com/isthisgood. That's where you can go donate to Rachel's salon fund.
No, I'm good. I love super guts.
Thanks for listening. Thanks in advance for leaving a 5-star review. If you wear anything above a large, send me $5 for Rachel, JD, and this is good. For Rachel, JD, and Matt Austin. That's me. This was good. We'll see you next week.
Bye.